Every bloody Sunday. What's up, YouTube? I figure I'll start with the shrimp tank this week. I need to do a water change on it yet. Just got done scraping the glass. My handy dandy magic eraser. Actually, I had to pull the razor out for a couple of spots. The abrasion of the magic eraser is wearing off. It's almost time for me to switch to a new one, which that magic eraser I've gotten about 3 months use out of, so I can't complain for their price. The main reason I need to do the water change, obviously, then there's a lot of nutrients in here causing algae growth, obviously, green tank. But as you look on top of the filter there, you can see I'm starting to get some blue-green algae, cyano, as some people call it, which is high phosphates usually, which algae, other than cyano, isn't really going to do a whole lot about. So I need to kick up my water changes on this tank. The last time this tank actually got a water change was somewhere around 6 months ago. It's a very low maintenance tank, since as a shrimp it's very low bioload. And if you look back at my video a couple weeks ago, yeah, probably the 2 week ago video, that update, you can really see how much of a change there is in this much moss. There was probably about that much moss to start with, and it's fully carpeted over. Yet again, the camera doesn't pick it up very well, but there's quite a bit of moss actually right here. With shrimp everywhere. A lot of people are curious with the ghost shrimp if I have problems with them picking on the fire reds. No, I don't. There's enough space in here, they don't have any reason to be jerks. Yeah. But after this video, I will probably do the water change. As you can see, it's got at least needs a top off. But I'll probably do about a 30% water change on this today. Yeah. The 20 long, as usual, doing great. Had a little bit of a outbreak of cyanobacteria or blue-green algae in this tank also. There's a couple of leaves you can sort of see it on. But I went in and did a heavy trimming. Like I gotta trim that little bit of root off. I trimmed most of the leaves that had it on there off to get it just out of the tank. Did a 50% water change on here today, which is my weekly normal. Other than that, everybody's doing great here. I was starting to question if the clown pleco in here was still alive, but the other night when I was looking for him, my coolie loaches that like to hide down in here spooked him, and he came out, and so I have seen the clown loach, or the clown pleco. So everybody's doing great in here. Questioning maybe getting a couple more of the neon tetras. Out of the 40 some that I had, that's the only, where'd it go? That's the only one remaining one I have after a huge phosphate and copper spike in the 75 gallon. That's why there's not a school of them. But I'm not sure if I really want to stock this tank any more than what it is without worrying about territory issues with the angels or the longfin rose barbs there. So that's still up for debate. And the 100, as usual, doing great. Grommies are keeping the moss here trimmed pretty tight, which I don't really mind. I just took about baseball portion of duckweed out of the shrimp tank, and I put it on here. Usually lasts about 3 or 4 days before the grommies chow it down. I did a 50% water change on here today, which is a lot more than usual what this tank gets. Usually I have to top off this tank about 10 gallons a week, just from evaporation. And then I'll do about a 10% water change at the end of the week. But as I changed my trickle filter layout, it now has less trickle to it before it meets the media, so I don't get as much splashing, which causes even more evaporation. So now I only get about 5 gallons a week of evaporation, and thus increase the water change demand over just topping it off. I did lose my common pleco the other day. He jumped out of the tank, which, as you can see, a majority of it is covered, but as I have immersed pothos here, a cover for this area is relatively hard to make, along with the stump of wood that sticks up pretty high. But I woke up in the morning, came out, and he was actually way over here. The skin texture had started to gotten sticky, so I know he'd been out for probably about a half hour. He was still breathing, or at least attempting to, in the open air. So I put him back in the tank, tried to give him a little bit of a rub to break up the dryness on his skin, but he didn't make it. Which I was hoping to get rid of him soon, as he was sort of a jerk when he wanted to be, and he'd chase some of the larger fish around, since he was the largest fish. He was 10 inches long. But not wanted to get rid of him like that. Sedantus lace cat, upside down as usual, because he thinks he's hiding. And somewhere down there is Milton. That's where he likes to hide. Anywhere it's a tight spot, he'll sit. But yeah, that's the update for the week.